Hey everybody, we did something we've never done today.
Hey, you guys are always asking us, what are you guys doing? How are you preparing? So we did something different.
Yes, we did. Thanks to my good buddy, the Economic Ninja.
Yep.
We were talking the other day and he's like, man, there's something going on with platinum. It was actually yesterday. And he said, I'm gonna make a video about it. I said, I know you are. So we started looking, and sure enough, I've got some statistics wrote down here, some facts about platinum. It goes into fuel cells and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm gonna point you to this video in a minute. There's a potential short squeeze in platinum. In August, there was 243,000 ounces. That's it on the COMEX.
That's not a lot.
No. And so one thing I want you to do is go to Twitter and put hashtag platinum and see everything that comes up. It could be an investment opportunity. We bought a little bit. I've never had any platinum. I can't wait to hold it in my hands. I'll show it to you on the video when it gets here maybe. But if you're interested, you can call Stacy at 318-564-5823 and she'll help you walk you through it. But that's just something right off the bat that we've done out of the ordinary.
True. It is, and it's exciting.
It is exciting.
Yeah,
and
we always like looking at different investments and opportunities, and we're always open to new things. So I was excited.
That's really what I want this channel to be about.
It
I
is.
really want to make people money. I want to help. No, I can't make you money. Don't ever invest in anything I do. That's not what I want. But what I want you to do is learn as I'm learning, as we go, and I learn from the wealthy people that I surround myself with. On these mining stocks and all these things that are coming.
Right.
I'm not saying they're going up right now. They're probably going straight down first. But I really think that's going to work. And it might not be now. It might be later. It might be tomorrow. We don't know. But this is one of those opportunities that has presented itself that we took advantage of. Maybe you will too.
Yeah, I think the important thing is it's sharing. Everybody that you guys call in, everybody that we talk to, if you share information, and then you just create this community and network, and I just think it's so amazing. Speaking of which, we did a video the other night around the fire, our little fire, and we were talking about Germany and Cuba and the different people that have come from different places, and oh my goodness, have I been so, you guys have just reached out like tremendously. Like it's almost overwhelming, the stories that you guys tell, and I almost want to stand up and like yell at everybody, look at the freedoms we have. We take this so for granted, so for granted. There was someone, go ahead.
No, I was going to tell you about that story that you heard from
Which
the lady
one?
in Germany that
So
somebody in the comments was thinking she was from a different part of Germany.
Okay,
It wasn't
so
that bad,
yeah, we'll start with that one. So I talked about the lady from Germany, and they're like, oh no, she must have been from the socialist state portion. She even texted me a whole long text. It was awesome. She said, I want to set it straight. She said, no, I was from the West Germany portion, the West German portion of the state. She said, I moved to the U.S. when I was 29. She said, I still have German friends in the United States that are thinking moving back because they still cannot wrap their head around the freedoms that we have here. They're so dependent on the government. Right now, she said she tried to find a paycheck stub. It looks like, from what she was able to tell me, that they take half of your check. Half. They try to say, don't get public or private cars. They want you to rely on public transportation. She said right now, their gas right now is $7.49, which average right now we're around $3.50, $4 or whatever. She said the concept in Germany is not even sustainable. She said every single person there depends on the government. She said they cannot seem to wrap their head around the freedoms that we have here. She said the majority of Germans, they rent. They own nothing. And what do we talk about? The World Economic Forum? They said you own nothing and be happy?
Well, we can't be saying that too much.
Sorry, I'll get us dinged.
That's okay, that's part of it.
But that's just one of them. And then I had someone else call me after that from Venezuela. She said, oh my goodness, everything you guys just said in that video, exactly. She sends money. She said, people in Venezuela said, this will never happen to us. This will never happen to us. And she said, just because we used to watch Cuba and Russia and other places like that, and she used to say, this will never happen to us. Sure enough, it did. She said, when Chavez, when he first came in, she said one of the first things he did, he took away our guns. She said that was one of the first things that he did. And she said, I asked her, I said, do you mind if I tell your story? She said, no. She literally sends money every month to her family just so they can have food to live. She said otherwise they wouldn't have money. They have no food. She said the few of her family members that do actually have guns, she said that's what they use to go out when they buy food to protect the food that they can get a hold of, so someone doesn't steal it from them. Let's see what else she said. She said, she just kept saying over and over, she said, America needs to wake up. She said, they just say that it will never happen to us, and it did happen to them. And she said, I'm watching America right now saying the exact same thing.
Yeah, well, okay, as awful as all of that sounds, it can be overwhelming. It can be overbearing. Going day in, day out, watching this thing, because once you see it, it's very obvious. Once you wake up and you start looking at the stock market, and I made a video about 6 months ago saying, hey, the rich people are selling, you know, take a look at it. I can't tell you what to do. And now it's really starting to come down, 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 down. They're raising interest rates. You know, we're going to see 10% mortgage rates. Can you all imagine that? That's coming. So tell them about the mortgage thing.
So yeah, I got off the phone with a guy today who used to do mortgage interest rates for years, and I've talked to a lot of lenders lately, and he was amazed, and so are the other lenders that I've been talking to, of the number of ARMs that have gone up lately in the last couple of years. And to you guys that don't know, ARMs are a variable rate. That means you're locked in, and I scream about this all the time, even with HELOCs, which are home equity loans.
It means you're not locked in.
Well, you're locked in for just a few months,
3 to
a few
5 years.
And then after that, you're going to go up depending on what the rates are.
And if the economy's, you know, if they're lowering interest rates, then you'll be good. But they bribe you in. It's predatory lending.
It is.
They bribe you in. They get you in at a low interest rate, saying, you know, it'll probably be okay, but it could go up. And I get comments all the time. You know, I did that and I was fine. Well, you did it at a good time.
You did.
You didn't do it when they were raising interest rates all the time. So don't be conned into that. You know, easy decisions, hard life. Remember that. So try to get a fixed interest. If you can wait to buy a house, not financial advice. Everybody's different. You know, everybody has. If you've got to move out of the city into a different environment, kind of like where we live, or you want to move out a little bit, and it's going to take buying a new house right now to do it. You know, that's what I would do too. Just so you know.
Crunch the numbers. The numbers never lie. Crunch the numbers. That's what I tell people every day that call me about any kind of thing, whether it's their 401k, their IRA, taking it out, buy gold and silver, whatever they're going to do, crunch the numbers.
Yeah.
Numbers don't lie.
And when you do get out in the country, don't be playing loud music like my new neighbors. It's getting really old. That's the most annoying thing ever. I hope if you can hear it. Let me know if you can hear the music.
So one more comment that was actually in the comments, and I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was a Hungarian guy apparently that tunneled his way out of his country, managed to make it to the United States. He has a family here now, and his family actually commented and contacted us, and he has told his family every single day what he lived through, and he's telling them over and over, the United States is starting to go down what Hungary went through if we don't pay attention. So you guys, I guess I just want to scream and shout it from the rooftops, wake up. We have so many freedoms that we take for granted that these other countries don't have, and if we just stop squashing it and we just ignore it, then it could go away. And so it's our responsibility to, well, I'll get off my soapbox, but it's our responsibility to stand up. This is our freedom. This is the country we love.
Yeah. Well, now I get comments all the time. When are we going to do something? When are we going to do this? When are we going to do that? This isn't the place for that. We're going to have to do that somewhere else. I'll be gone quicker than a cat can lick its butt. But changing the subject somewhat.
All right.
The Mississippi River is at all-time lows.
It is.
I've got a Mississippi Riverboat captain. He was nice enough to get on the phone with me and contacted me and said, hey, I've been doing this for 30 years. We haven't seen water levels like this since I've been doing it. It's affecting the grains, how we move grains, how we ship commodities, coal, fertilizer, everything you can think of.
Yep.
They're not able to load as much because the river's so shallow. That's affecting everything. It's going to affect supply. It's going to affect the price. It's going to affect all of it. I'm going to roll that clip probably right now. Would you like to add anything else?
No, and thanks to the guys, Marcy and is it Jason, I believe? You guys are the one that turned us on to this. out in Faraday, Louisiana. You're the one that initially said, hey, you guys, check out what's going on with the soybeans. Check out what's going on with the Mississippi River. And sure enough, you guys are right. So thank you. Every time you guys comment, it gives us something to share
Absolutely.
to the whole entire community, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, so we've got somebody in the beef, several people in the beef market. We've got farmers harvesting soybeans and corn. We've got grain distributors, Terrell, huge grain operation, big elevator. We've got Mississippi Riverboat captains chiming in. We have got a community. We are building a community, and that's what I want it to be about.
It's not us. It's about you guys.
It's about the community and spreading this message. So for all my new subscribers, thank you for hitting the like button, being here, and for sharing and being in the comments. You guys are awesome. I'm going to roll the phone call with the Mississippi Riverboat captain right now. Later.
Hey everybody, this is a captain on the Mississippi River. He's been doing it for about 30 years, and he's a wealth of knowledge of what's going on right now with the barges of grain and fertilizer and other commodities going up and down the river. Can you fill us in on what's happening?
Well, as of right now, the river is at a record low levels, and we'll only be able to take about 30% of our normal tonnage, or we got about 30 tons, 30% less.
And that has to do with the draft because the river, the bottom is getting closer to the top, and you can't load the barges as heavy, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And the fuel it takes is a little bit less because you're not hauling as much, but that doesn't, include all the other costs that are staying the same and possibly going up with inflation.
That is correct.
And so what do you see in the future other than, the shortages of commodities that come by barge, and not to mention the how much more it's going to cost because you can't haul as much? Is there anything else coming in the future this winter that you might think would be a big deal?
Well, with record low water levels, we don't have the currents as much and as much water to keep the river as warm. So when winter sets in, we will start getting ice build up. And I wouldn't doubt to see it down to Memphis to where it'd make it real hard to get northbound.
Okay, so the river icing over is going to be possibly the next problem that you can see.
Yes, that is definitely going to be a problem this winter.
Okay, now have you ever seen it like this before?
Not in my career.
That's saying a lot for being in the business for 30 years.
Yeah, I think the last low water like this was 1988.
Wow. Okay. Well, Captain, I sure appreciate you coming on and sharing that information. I love this kind of boots on the ground info because the news from the community is the absolute best news. Thank you for chiming in, brother.
All right. Thank you, and you all be safe.